Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today's video is a guide for the new folks that may have just recently discovered Star Citizen and might be interested in joining the game, and that's great. However you found it, whether it was YouTube or a friend or whatever, you're eventually going to wind up on this page right here, and this is the home page. You did a search for RSI Star Citizen and you found this page. What you're going to do is you can go over here and you can create an account. You could do that first. This, standard fare. But what you want to do is you want to go to you need a starter package. You're going to go to shop, pledge store. So you're going to pick that. Right up here at the top, you're going to select game packages, and then I'm going to sort these by price. And you're going to see this page right here. They've cleaned this up. This is a little bit different. The page is a lot cleaner than it was. So right off the bat, you have in the video, I want to break these down by, I got 4 separate tiers. And tier 1 would be the Mustang Alpha and the Aurora, these two here. And then tier 2 would be the Pisces all the way down to the Syulen. I called it the soybean. And tier 3 would be the Arrow to the Cutlass Black. And then tier 4 is the Constellation Andromeda and this Ultimate Explorer pack. Now this escort pack thing, you're not going to probably see that. That's for people that have spent a pile of money already. Not necessarily something I'm proud of, but that's why I'm able to see that. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what is it that you're interested in doing in this game? There's a lot of different things you can do. You can haul cargo. You can be a dedicated miner. Do you like doing ship-to-ship combat? Is that something you want to do, dogfight and stuff like that, or even some PvP on the ground? First-person shooter type stuff. The game has that. There's a lot of other little things that's been added and some things that were taken away, and hopefully we'll be bringing back, like box missions and stuff like that. That's the first thing. Like, what do you want to do? Because all these ships have all different types of capabilities, and you want to find the right ship for you. A lot of people want to do a little bit of everything, and there's a couple ships in this group that can. But there's several ships in these packages that are just let's just say they're not really good at anything, and I don't know why they're in there. But the second question you need to ask yourself is, well, how much are you willing to spend? That's really gonna kind of like hamstring you. If you don't have more than $50 to spend, this is where you're going to start. You're going to start here, which isn't a big deal. You can still make credits, and you can buy ships in game, and you can upgrade as you go along. So I don't want you to feel like, okay, this is a ship you're always going to have. And that's part of what the grind is about, is getting bigger and better ships in this game. Is what makes it fun, and doing upgrades and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to in this video I'm going to break all these ships down. I'm going to show you a quick little bit of a video about each, and then I have a spreadsheet on Excel. I like spreadsheets. That's a sickness I have, but I'm going to put these on a spreadsheet so you can see the data. It's just basic 10,000 foot view of the data, and try to give you an idea of why. What these ships are about and what their basic capabilities are, and as they apply to being able to complete missions to make credits, because that's what this is really all about, is about making credits in game and having fun. So without further ado, I can sit here and bump my gums all evening. We're going to go on and get started and show some videos and start breaking these individual packages down. So thanks for watching, guys. It's a lot to talk about, so just hang with me, and I appreciate you watching this. If this is your first time, if you're new to Star Citizen, I can't wait to get y'all into the verse, man. You're gonna love it. So let's get going. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, this is the Mustang Alpha. This is the second tier 2 ship, or tier 1 ship in the starter packages. It starts off at $45. And this is a basic ship to get you in the game. There's not really much interesting about the ship except for the fact that it can carry 4 SCU cargo, and it does it in a kind of a interesting way. It has this drop down box, and then you go over here and you click this, and well, kind of glitched right there, but you click that and you can put your cargo in there and it'll just slide right in, or you can stick a person in there and then you just close it up, and that's it. There's nothing really fancy about it. As far as one thing that you can do is get in it, and it feels like you're getting into a modern jet is what it feels like to me. It's what it looks like. Field of view is excellent. I mean, it's really nice. It feels like a proper fighter.
All systems operational.
If we put the landing gear, and it looks like a proper fighter. So if you don't want to spend over $45, this is you're either going to select this or you're going to select the MR, the Aurora MR. You could do basic bounty missions, the basic rookie cargo missions, but you're going to be making multiple trips. Now that there are the wiki-low things you can do, where you pick up and bring stuff to them. Right now the box missions are not in the game. This is at the filming of this particular video. It's 4.1.1. No, it's 4.1.0, and 4.1.1 is due out any day. This is the RSI Aurora MR. This is the first ship in the first tier of the starter packages. Coming in at $45, this is the most basic ship in the game, but it does have some interesting features. It's got two size 1 repeaters right here on the nose, but it also has hard points right here. You could put 2 more, and it's got 2 tiny little missiles. So it's got a little bit of firepower for a basic ship. What I like about it, it's got 2 entry points to it, and it's a proper ship, meaning that I can stand up in it and I could take my helmet off and I can eat or drink if I have to. And it's kind of a big deal. And it has a bed, so if you want to bed log, you can. I guess at some point in time this thing had storage, but right now it doesn't work. Let's take a look at the flight station. So right out of the box, man, this thing's got great field of view. You can see everywhere. It kind of reminds me of like a TIE fighter. And there you go. Put the flight so you can see it with the gear up. It's not a bad looking little ship, and the cool thing is that it's really small. You would be a hard target in this. As of 4.1.0, there's the box missions are still not in the game. But if they were in the game, this would be the ship I would pick because of the fact that I can be carrying something and then walk up and I can place it right here. Cargo. So the cargo on this is kind of funky, and I'll grab a store all I'm bringing out here so you can see it. It actually, I'll show you where the grid is underneath it in a kind of a weird way, but it does work. And it's kind of no frills, and look, it just snaps in right there. That's the cargo grid, and it holds 3 SCU. All right, guys, this is the Pisces. And there's really not much to it. It's a tiny little thing. It's touted as an expedition ship. It does have 2 little missiles in this little. 2 little missiles, and it's got what 2 size 2 repeaters, or 2 size 1 repeaters up here on the front side. Not much to it. And if we go inside, you can put 2 SCU right there, and then 2 SCU right there, so it's 4 SCU. And then you can carry 2 more souls, including yourself. The flight station is very reminiscent of the Nomad, as you're about to see. Great vision all around. Although the Nomad was way better. Now you can get up to, you can get a couple extra SCU cargo in here. But you run the risk of getting stuck. If that happens, you're going to tank you'll definitely tank your rep. So just be careful with that. You can actually slip. You can put 2 SCU there, 2 SCU here. You can actually pull an 8 in here. And if you stand up on the seat just right, you can use your tractor beam to pull up another one and put it like right in here in this spot right here, and you can basically carry 8 SCU. I just can't recommend this, guys. It doesn't really do anything other than haul 4 SCU of cargo. What else does it do? All right, guys, this is the Drake Cutter. It comes in at $60, and it doesn't come with this paint job. This is an aftermarket one that I put on there, but it's a great little ship, except for the only thing I wouldn't recommend it if right now that's not even in the game. So it's box missions. You really can't do box missions in this, and the reason why is that the ship sits so low to the ground, it just eats the boxes. But it holds 4 SCU cargo, and the main problem with the ship is that there's only one way to get in it. It does have a bed, it does have internal storage. The flight station is great. There's plenty of room in here, and it has the classic Drake look, which is amazing. It's got good field of view. It's a great little ship. And this was the second ship that I purchased, and I got it primarily to, believe it or not, to do box missions, because it could fit in all these little areas, but it just could not do it. What would happen is it would eat your ship. It would eat your box. You would take off and it would just disappear, or you would find it stuck to the ceiling, and it would just tank your rep. So anyway, but something I did discover. For SCU of cargo, now you could, if you get creative, you could put more in here. You could put more in here, but you're gonna have to be real clever with using your tractor beam. And the thing is, there's only one way in and one way out. So, if they had an extra hatch right here, it would be a game changer. And then you could utilize all of this area in the back. What are you going to use this for? You can use it to haul cargo. You can run cargo missions with it. Basic bounty stuff, maybe. Let's see what it has. It comes with 2 size 2 repeaters and two size 1 missiles. So it's got 2 missiles. It doesn't have a whole lot to offer. It's 558 DPS. Is not a whole lot out of the box, and that's pretty much all you're going to get. What other things you could do with it, and the reason I have this Geo sitting here with this being added to the game, you can, the Geo fits on this ship reliably. You can walk it in here and you can put 2 crates, 2 SU cargo crates. Let's see where I'm at. Let's see if I'm gonna get kind of close to the edge here. And you can exit. So guess what? Now you can use the cutter to go mining in it. How cool is that? So it just changed everything with this ship, in my opinion. So it does have, you know, I just think that's pretty cool. So there you go. There's something extra you could do with the cutter. Alright guys, this is the Origin 100i. This is a tier 2 ship, and in my opinion, while it's a good looking ship, I mean, it's a pretty clean, it looks like a sports car. But it's pretty much worthless. The issue is this thing is listed as like a touring, like a starter ship touring. Unless you're some kind of rock star touring, I don't know how that makes you any money. And I really can't figure out how this ship is supposed to make you money. Here's the storage compartment. It holds 2 SCU of cargo. Yeah, that's it. With 2 SCU of cargo, it's not really going to do. You're not really going to do a whole lot with that. So running cargo is not really going to be your jam in this. If they ever bring the box missions back, this ship is probably not going to be good for it because it sits so low to the ground. But I just can't recommend this ship to nobody, especially not somebody new. You know, if you want to get it just to tool around in, then it would be good for that. But not somebody new just starting off. Yeah, I highly don't recommend this for somebody new. It's a gigantic waste of your money. It's coming in at $60, and the cutter is a much better option. I even think the Pisces is a better option than this. At least the Pisces can carry 4 SCU. The cutter is definitely a better option than this. So anyway, I just wanted to do a really quick down and dirty video for this. But it is a good looking ship. To try to start a career on, this is not the ship for you. So anyway, y'all, that's enough about this thing. When I started playing Star Citizen, I looked at all the different starter packages and looked at all the different ships, and I kept coming back to this one, and ultimately I decided to go with the Cutlass Black, mainly because of the amount of cargo it could hold. And after I purchased that, I purchased the cutter. I was disappointed in the fact that I couldn't run box missions reliably in it. And then my third ship was this one, and oh boy, this thing is amazing. This is, in my opinion, the best starter ship of all of them. And you may be asking yourself, well, why, how did you arrive at that? Well, prior to the removal of box missions, and hopefully they'll be back here in the future. This ship can do everything. It holds 8 SEU cargo, and plus on top of that, it can hold 4 size 4. It can hold size 4 boxes, which means is there are size 4 cargo missions that you're moving size 4 containers, and this one can haul 2 of them. And that's kind of a big deal. You're not going to get an 8 aside. You're not going to get an 8 in here. I've tried. Now it does need a gold standard pass, but it has a bed. You can bed log, right? It's pretty. This ship's been in the game for a minute. But it's got 2 entry points in it, so you can fill this thing up with cargo. And then you can exit through the canopy if you need to exit that way, or you can enter the ship that way. As far as field of view, man, it's got great, amazing field of view. It's just wonderful. The MFDs are a little washed out right here in this particular light. If I move the ship a little bit, I do have a custom obviously a custom paint on the ship, but I don't know, I love this little thing. It's a great, if you want to do combat in it, check this out. It's got, for just a basic starter ship, it's got 1 size 4 cannon on the front, and then 2 size 3 repeaters on the wings, and its burst DPS damage is over 2,000, and it has 2 size 2 missiles. It holds 4 missiles, so this thing's a great little scrapper. Like, if you want to do bounty missions, this thing will do it. I mean, it'll do it. Let's see if we can. There we go. So you can exit that way, or you can get in through the canopy if you want to do it that way. The versatility alone, and look at that. Not to mention, it's a good looking ship. You're not going to get a ROC in it, but you can fit this Geo in it now. It's not legit, but it will fit in there, but you have to use your max lift tractor beam to do it, and it is going to glitch out, and there will probably come a day where it damages your ship, but it does fit. And so what you have to do is you're gonna need to get in it. You gotta get this thing positioned just right, because it doesn't, you can't turn it like, you can't really turn it like you're manipulating cargo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself like this. I'm going to exit. Let's see if we can put it in here. It'll go right there. And there it's in. And then you can, you'll have to come in and out through the front, through the canopy. But when you get to wherever you want to go, now when you take it out of here, it's going to glitch out the top. See what I mean? It'll glitch out, and then from there you can use it. It's it's not the best way to do it, I don't think. I don't recommend it. There's a good chance you're gonna die, but it does fit in there, and you can go fly. I just don't recommend you do it, but it's there. It's available. It's a possibility. It's not as good as the cutter option, but it does fit back there. You can't walk it up into the side of the ship. It's just not going to fit. There's some type of a barrier right here that will prevent you from doing that. So there you go. Like I said, the Titan Avenger, or the Avenger Titan, at $75. It comes with $1K a starter, 6 months of insurance. It holds 8 SCU of cargo. We can hold up to size 4 containers, which is huge. Its SCU price point is like $9.36 per SCU, which is pretty good. It's got amazing firepower. It can do just about anything that you want to do, as far as like being a new player. And box missions, if they bring this back, this thing is a box mission beast. If you want to run, you can put even like some of the little pulse, bikes inside here if you want to go do bunker missions and stuff like that. You can put store alls in here and run box missions and just load up on cheddar from all these locations. It's a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, it's one of the fun things that I like to do the most, because it's just enjoyable. Great ship to get you started, and arguably, and again, in my opinion, at the price point and the versatility, there's no other ship that has the versatility at the price point and can do everything as well as this. If you're not sure what it is that you want to do in this game, and this is a great ship to pick, because it can do everything fairly decent, and you can make credits in this thing. So there you go. There is my pick for your best option if you're not sure what it is you want to do in this game, and you're being new to the game. This is the one I would go with right here, if you've got the means. All right, so this is the new Drake Golem. This is a mining ship. That's what this is all about, and that's what it does. It's the first dedicated starter ship for mining. It's obviously a Drake product, and you got these. This is a storage container, and this is a storage container for the stuff that you mine. And when you get it filled, you go to the refinery. You deploy those, and you'll get your ore refined. And so, just real quick, this thing's got some kind of neat features. If you want, it's got a weapons rack right here, fuel port, which isn't really a thing right at the moment. Doesn't really do nothing. Then you've got let's see, on the Golem, you got 2 size 1 repeaters. You got these 2 little teeny tiny missiles right here. And this is the flight station that I accidentally deployed into, but since we're here, we'll go ahead and get into it. This is like getting into as far as like starter ships, the Mustang Alpha. Once you're in here, and it's got pretty good vision, but you're not going to be standing up to eat, taking, you know what I mean? If you need to drink something, you need to make sure you get all that taken care of before you go mining. I kind of just don't recommend this for somebody starting off when there's other options out there. So who is this thing for? This is for the player that knows without a shadow of a doubt that that's all they want to do is mine. You know, because that's really just about all you're going to be able to do in this. Up here on this side, you've got another weapons rack where you can deploy. You can put your pistols and stuff like that. And then kind of hiding down here is internal storage. Now that's a pretty cool feature. So you can store some of your stuff in that little deal right there, and I think that's pretty cool. So that's a really cool feature. I'm really glad that they put that there. So it just adds a little bit of value. So the cost of this right now, today is May the 12th. 4.1.1 is due to drop any day now. Currently it has lifetime insurance is being offered, and with 20k starter AUC, which is a big deal. I mean, that is a huge bonus for a new player. And plus, if you use somebody's code, you can get an extra 5,000 AUC. So that's like 25k AUC to get you going. And so that's kind of the little nuggets that they offer when they offer a new ship like this. This is a brand new ship to the game. And it's busy looking, but that's typical Drake. I don't care really what it looks like as long as it functions. So it's a very interesting ship, and it does have the mining head is kind of hidden back here. That's where the mining head's at. I hadn't even taken this thing out and flown it yet. I mean, and used it. Like, I haven't. I just went ahead and got it because why not? And it was on sale. And but I do plan on using it. Anyway, just wanted to touch on that for somebody that was maybe thinking about getting this. There's definitely better options out there, in my opinion. Like I said, it's the same cost as a Titan, and you can do more with the Titan than you can with this. So if you're not sure, this mining might not be your thing, and if it isn't, this ship is not really going to do a whole lot for you. So I would be very cautious of it. Unless you, like I said, anyway, I'm beating a dead horse. This is the Drake Golem. I guess I'm pronouncing that right. So that's it. The Crusader products are phenomenal, and anything that's got the Crusader and badge on it is going to be a good ship. This is the Intrepid. This is a very odd ship, in the fact that this is its main weapon. The intruder comes in at $80. This is a size 4 repeater, and it also has let's see, it has one missile launcher with 2 missiles, and they're right there. And that little spot right there. This is not the paint job it comes with. This is an add-on paint job, but if you get this ship, stay away from the landing gear area. You can get sucked up in there. But this ship is interesting in the fact that here are the cargo drop downs. That is, you can put 4 SCU on both of those, right? So the largest that it can take is size 2. But there is some interesting features inside the ship. If you go back here to the back, you can open up the cargo grid and you can pull cargo out of here on both sides. You can actually egress out of here as well, but you could put 3 SCU right here. So you just went from 8 to 11. If you get real creative, you can even stack a couple more in here. So you can overstuff the ship and do more with it than what's advertised. So it's advertised with 8 SCU of cargo. But you can easily put more, easily up to 11, 12. It just depends on how creative you want to be. But that can get you, you can do basic rookie cargo missions with this ship. It comes with a bed, weapons lockers, there's the head. Let's see. It has personal storage, which is amazing. A little nook for food prep or whatever. But all in all, man, you know, this is a brand new ship. Came out just last year, but it is great as far as like its flight characteristics, the way it sounds. It just goes, and I love to fly it. I really do. It just sounds good.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on.
I can, you know, it's got good field of view. It's unobstructed. There's nothing in the way. It just looks great. If we look at the exterior, it's got VTOL, vertical takeoff. It is odd looking, but boy does it go. It goes, it sounds great. So who is this ship for?
Systems off.
I like if I need to go somewhere, I like to pull this ship out and use it. If I need to go to, I'll give you an example. When here this week, when the Invictus starts, I'm probably going to take this ship to Area 18 because I just like to roll in it. I don't know why, but I do. If they bring back the box missions, it should be a viable ship for that. You can do the basic cargo missions in it. Are you going to take this out and go run bounties? I don't recommend it. It really just doesn't have the firepower. 2 missiles and then you're left with this gimbal. Maybe the basic ones you could probably get away with, unless you're really, really good, and I'm not. So at $80, you just it doesn't have the versatility that as far as making credits, it doesn't have the versatility that the Avenger Titan has. If I'm telling you, man, if they had made this where it had a pop down hangar, a cargo bay, a proper cargo bay, this thing would be amazing. But that's not the option. They went a different way. But it's a clean ship. It's a new ship. It's got the all the new amenities. It has the gold standard pass on it. It's hard for me to recommend it when there's a better ship out there at a cheaper price, and that to me is the Avenger Titan. But this is the Intrepid, and it's a good little ship. It really is. It's just not my number one pick for a new person starting out, because there's another ship at a cheaper price that does it better. So There you go, the Avenger Titan. Okay, so here is the soybean, the Syulen, and from what I understand, this is an odd duck, and cargo racks are exposed here on the sides, and it's my understanding that they can carry 6. They go right there. And then up we go. And I think that's the elevator. That's a suit locker. And if we go up here. All right. There's the bed. Set this down right here, but here's a bed. The only thing about this, I think this is a bathroom. I think, yeah, it's a little bathroom. Look at the rock. It's like a rock. I don't know what was supposed to open here. I don't know. Maybe they haven't got that far. And then we'll go up to the flight station. And then the oddity with this ship is that you start off facing straight up. It's so crazy, dude. Okay. Anyway, let's turn it on and we'll look at it. Let's bring up.
Systems activating. Systems on.
Okay, it feels alien, but that's what it is. So this is your view, but you're looking straight up. And so I'm going to make sure the hangar doors are completely open. And I guess we're going to lift off. I mean, okay. Well, that's a big ship. It's a Carrack. All right, now the landing gear is up. I don't know how in the world I'm going to pull this off. Guess what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get in there and spin this thing 180 degrees. That's my plan.
Landing gear down.
Maybe get inside this hangar. Hopefully it doesn't eat me. Okay. And then I need to spin this thing. All the way over. That's straight up and down, I think. And then back. Reverse.
Landing complete.
Dude, that's weird, man. That is so strange. And then let's shut the power off and get out of the seat. It's just a weird ship, dude. I don't like it. I'm sure there's somebody out there that will love it, but I'm claustrophobic. Let's see. See, now that's pretty cool. I believe this side does the same thing. Yeah. And there's the soybean. It's just not fun to me. I really don't think this is a niche type ship that I'm sure somebody out there will probably love, but yeah, it's not gonna be for everybody. It's definitely not for me. For whatever reason, it's not wanting me to. There we go. It's a big ship. It's an enormous ship. I guess if you want something different and you want a challenge, then this might be the ship for you. But I don't recommend it to a new person. I just can't. There's nothing really special about it. It's just it is cool looking. It is cool looking though. That's its only redeeming quality. So yeah, that's the soybean. Gattack Syulen. It's the soybean. I don't recommend it. This thing is tiny, y'all. This is why it's such a good ship. It is a tough target to hit. And in the hands of a capable player, this thing is devastating. There's not much to it. It's the most maneuverable. I had this on loan to me because I'm a subscriber. So I shot one of the missiles off and they're just testing this thing out. There's no external storage. There's no shenanigans. It's just a basic light fighter, and that's all it is. But we'll get in it and look at it. Alrighty. Reminds me of a stealth fighter. The F-35. With a little bit of Battlestar Galactica kind of thing going on right here on the front of the nose. With a little bit of X-Wing canopy. But yeah, it's a pretty neat little craft. And in the hands of a skilled player, man, this thing is awesome. And I'm not one of them, so you can get where they got the name from. The Ambrolero. Alright, let's take this thing out of here. Call ATC. As you can see, this thing is very nimble in flight. What a beautiful ship. The only thing Admiral Avro has to offer is combat. There's no usable storage space. It doesn't carry any cargo. It's not even really useful for doing box missions. It's not useful for doing bunker runs. There's no storage unless whatever you carry on your back. This is a space combat ship and really nothing more. But boy, is it good. That is the... it's small too. It's a really small little target as compared to a bigger type ship. We'll do our post-flight inspection on this thing. Make sure we don't have no gripes to write up, other than the fact that some clown spilled off a missile by accident. Well, not really by accident, but just shot a missile off. But that'll be several demerits. Okay, guys, this is the Nomad. This is the what I consider the second best multi-role. Well, maybe the third best multi-role ship in the packages that are available. It holds 24 SCU of cargo. And it does it in a unique way that no other ship in the game does. It's like a pickup truck. It does it out here on the back. And you can put an ROC miner in here. Or you can put the Geo in here. The Atlas Geo. It'll sit back here and no problem. It's unique. This ship is unique in the way that it hovers. It's very neat looking, and I like the way the missiles are tucked into the leading edge of these winglets. Very cool. It's got 3 size 3. Was it 3 size 3? Yeah, it's got 3 size 3 repeaters. That's what it comes with. So it's got pretty little bit of firepower for, you know. So, as far as game packages and as far as cargo is going to be your bread and butter with this thing, for the most part. And you're going to be wanting to stick with the rookie missions. 24 SCU and below is where you're going to be. It's going to be missions like this. Size 4 containers, no problem. This is a junior rank. This one you don't want to do these. You want to do point A to point B. This one right here is going to be you'd have to take 2 trips to get that one done. So you're going to be wanting to look for the junior ones, these like right here, and you can make a pile of credits just running these. This is a great ship to do it in. And so what the ship has to offer, I'm not going to do the purpose of this video is not to do a detailed review of each ship, just kind of give you down and dirty so you can make an informed decision. You can't access the cargo from inside, but you can see it, so you can raise the cargo deck up from inside. These are just panels to get to engineering. These are just engineering panels. The head is right here. There you go. And there's a storage majigger here that doesn't work. Hopefully in the future there would be some internal storage. This is the hab area, so it has a bed, some basic amenities. It has a chair that works, but what's missing in here is internal storage. I guess that's how they managed to get it to the price point that it's at. I don't know, but it's pretty cool looking in here. And then it takes you in here to the flight station. flight station is phenomenal. It's got great vision all around. I like that you can see straight down. And then if we turn the ship on, all our MFDs are right in front of us. The ship does have an another interesting component that I really think is neat is if you look over here, it has the pilot from his seat can enter the remote turret, and it has a tractor beam. This right here alone can get you out of a bind, and some of the places that you will go will be armistice zones, and sometimes these armistice zones are flawed in that you can't use your handheld tractor beam. But if you have a ship like this that has a remote tractor beam like this, it'll still work, which is pretty cool. So I thought I'd bring that to your attention. So if you're, and you're gonna want to jump right out of your seat and move, otherwise that door will close on you. Let's get back in here. I want to show you what the ship looks like from. We'll just take off real quick, and I'll show you. Yeah, the landing pads are kind of goofy looking, but once they're raised, it's a very futuristic looking ship, unlike any of them, any other ship in the that you can get. As far as starter ships, this is a great choice. If you want to stay under $100, this one comes in right at $95, and it comes with 1K starter AUEC, starter credits, 6 months insurance. With the largest container that it can haul is 16 SCU. Its DPS, its burst gimbal DPS to like burst damage is like about 1392 damage. And so you could take it and you could do basic, some basic combat, basic, bounty missions with it. So it's kind of like, this is a great little all-arounder ship. But it's really meant for cargo. That's really what's bread and butter. But you could use it for just about anything. Maybe one day when they get the box missions back, hopefully. I've heard a little bit of chatter that might come back, and it went away due to something to do with instant hangers or something like that. I don't know. That's kind of what I think it was. But I'm gonna lower the gear, and we'll set it back down. There we go. This is the Nomad, and it's pretty nice. I really like it. This would be a great little box mission runner, great little point A to point B hauler. Great ship to get you started in my own honest opinion. We'll shut the ship down.
All systems disabled.
Yeah, I would say the only thing this ship is missing right now is a little bit of internal storage. I would have liked to have seen a little bit, but it is what it is. There you go. This would be a great choice if you want to do a little bit of everything and you don't want to spend over $100 to get you in the game. I really don't think you can go wrong with this ship. So there you go, guys. All right, so this is the Freelancer. This is the basically the top tier cargo hauler in this starter packages, in my opinion. If you know for a fact that you want to haul cargo and really nothing else, maybe do some mining, this is the ship for you. It coming in at $125. It comes with 5,000 starter cash or credits, 6 months insurance, and it holds 66 SCU of cargo. That works out to about $1.89 per SCU, Can you put a little bit more in there? Yeah, you probably can. You probably could stuff a little bit more in there if you get creative. It does have beds. It doesn't have any like internal storage lockers that I could find. So if you want to do some bunker running and stuff like that, you're going to have to bring along some store all containers, which is fine. And it will hold the ROC miners and the Geo, the new Geo. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick look around. This really is a great ship, and it's a good looking ship. But this is a starter package, and it's pretty doggone good. So it's got some firepower. If you wanted to crew it up, it's got 4 seats in the cargo in the flight station, and then this is a missed ship, of course, and then you've got a man turret in the back. Now the man turret is only fires rearward, and you can access it right here. So I'm not really wanting to do this. Isn't going to be like a whole review per se. It's just a real down and dirty. This is a place where you can put cargo, and it can be kind of cumbersome to put it through that door, but it can be done. When you come up to this, I will tell you from experience, when you come up here, don't touch nothing. Just let the door open up on its own. Don't hit any buttons, because you could end up in these beds, and they're tough to get out. They have reworked this door. This door now works, so it is an exit point now. Back in the day, you could come in, but you couldn't get out. The first time I made this video back in January, all the MFDs were really washed out, and but nevertheless, what I do like about the flight station is I can look up. The Starlancer doesn't have that ability. You can't look up, so I like that. It's a good flying ship. I mean, it flies really well. It does have a little head right there, a little cooking thing, but this is a cargo hauler. This is what it's meant to do. And in my opinion, out of all of the starter ships, this one here is the one you want to get if that's what you want to do, and it will hold the Geo, no problem. So if you want to go mining with the Geo, you can take it. If you want to go mining with the ROC, you can take that too, if you want to do that as well. So there's some options to take this ship and go do something different with it. If you want to crew it up and then go run a bounty, I guess you could if you really wanted to. I guess as long as you had it all crewed up, you could probably get away with it. It does have a little bit of firepower to it. As far as like starter packages go, like I said earlier, if I had my pick, and I was starting off knowing now what I knew, I would have picked this. That's probably where I would have started. And you can even run box missions with this if they bring those back, which I'm hoping that they will. This thing can even get into some of the tight places, as some of these like gray cat facilities and stuff like that, to reach some of the places that you need to go. So I've already proven that. I've already checked that out, and all in all, there's paint schemes available for this thing if if that's something you want to do. But I love this Freelancer, and my first ship though was the Drake. Cutlass Black, because it was kind of like a Swiss Army knife. It could do everything. It can't do everything great, but it could do a little bit of everything. And I think this one can too. I really do. Aside from being, you're not gonna really run any. It's not a dedicated bounty runner, but other than that, it's a great ship. So this is the quintessential ship of Star Citizen. This is one of the most common ships you're going to see out in the verse, and there's a good reason for it. It can do just about anything. it's just kind of like the Swiss Army knife of ships in this game. Is it the best ship in the game? No. It's a jack of all trades, really, but master of none of them. My opinion. This is one of the. This is the ship I picked when I was starting. And I looked at everything. I looked at all the options, what these ships could do, and this was the ship that I picked, and it served me well. You can put an ROC miner in here. You can put the Geo in here. You can put an Atlas in here. See, as far as cargo, it holds 46 SU of cargo. The biggest size container that it can hold is 16. Now you can overstuff this thing and get even more in here if you're creative. It's got the vertical takeoff and all that, and I believe in 4.1.1 when that releases this week, I think we're going to be able to take advantage of the turret. It does have a bed. It has a turret. And it has, look at this, it's glorious internal storage. So huge, big deal. The ship does have a tractor beam right here that can be accessed from the co-pilot chair, which is pretty cool. Right there, so the co-pilot can access it. This is the view that I saw. This is the very first ship that I this was my starter ship. And when I started, the MFDs didn't look like this. As far as view, it's got great vision all the way around. I mean, it just, and there you go. The Cutlass Black. This is a great option as far as if you've got the funds, and to me, this is the best multi-purpose ship in the entire group. And I remember the first time I saw this ship, I was like, man, this is a cool looking ship, and it really is, man. This thing is awesome looking. The VTOL engines, and it's got 96 SCU of cargo, and it's got a snub fighter right there. Thing is, it's 96 SCU really isn't. It really isn't that much for the amount of money you're paying for this thing. As you can see, there's another version of this ship called the Taurus. It holds 174, and I can get 212 in it, and it's cheaper. We'll go up inside of it. If you've never seen it, I mean, obviously you've seen it. One of the best things about these constellations is these storage lockers. 5 storage lockers that you can they have an inventory. That's a big deal. I mean, that's a lot of storage. That's it's like a 4 SU and a single SU. But here's the captain's chair, the co-pilot pilot seat. You have a top and a bottom turret, 4 racks or 4 beds, and then back here in the back you have access to that snub fighter. You can get into the cockpit of it, which is right there. I'm not going to do that, but this is the Constellation Taurus. my opinion, this is the best medium transport ship in the game. And one of the best in the game altogether. And the reason I'm saying this is because there is a high-end, the Constellation Andromeda package, starter package. It's $275, and it comes with something like a runabout, and it comes with it's basically the same ship, except the cargo grid's a little bit smaller. And then in this space right here, there is a snub fighter. So kind of in you know, that package basically kind of comes with basically 3 vehicles, because you can launch the snub fighter and take it out and do whatever. But I will tell you that, in my opinion, I think it's just a waste. It's a wasted opportunity. This thing can hold, let me see, in this little cargo bay right here, you can put 168 SCU of cargo. It'll hold like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll hold 7 8s right here, where you can put 4 24s, 2 32s, and then 2 24s. I mean, then you can stack another like single layer on top of it, so you can put 4s on top of those, and you can haul a pile of cargo with this ship. And the reason I'm what you give up, it's basically the Andromeda is 96 SCU, and what you give up for that, it's just not worth it, in my opinion. Now the starter package does come with 10K currently. So there's 6 SCU of cargo available back here, but I only ever recommend using 5 of them. I don't recommend trying to put 6. It gets very difficult to load. Then you can put cargo in here. It's not a grid there. You can stuff cargo everywhere. You can easily get this up over 250 SCU. But you can put cargo down. You can put cargo down these hallways right here, these passageways. You can put cargo here. You can put cargo in here if you really want to get really ambitious. But I just don't recommend it. I recommend you stick with the 168 right here. It's okay if you put a few right down here. It just depends, you know. What are you grinding for? But this ship will make you some credits. The Andromeda is the same exact ship, except it's got this part here smaller. You're not really gaining it. There's no real advantage over it, other than the fact that you got the snub fighter in the back. That's it. So why would you do that? I mean, you could get this is at in the store for 200. Okay, cool. Then you can go get, I don't know, you could get the Avenger Titan, and now I would say you got 2 of the best ships in the game. You got a great starter ship, and then you got this to run cargo. If you do whatever you want to do, you can do it in this. And another cool feature this thing has down there is a tractor beam, so you could pull cargo right out of these elevators and load it right in if you wanted to, or if you had to. Sometimes you'll go to some of these outposts, and you can't use your handheld tractor beam because it's a armistice zone. So you know that there are situations where that's come in real handy. Give that a look if you're just dead set on you gotta have a Connie. That's the one to get. Anyway, that's the Andromeda. My bit about the Andromeda. Get the Taurus, you'll love it. All right, guys. So this is the spreadsheet that I mentioned in the intro, and I've broken it down by tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4, and the best overall. So in tier 1, you have the Aurora, and then you have MR and the Mustang Alpha. The Aurora is classified as a light, a transport light fighter. The Mustang Alpha is multi-role cargo. They're both $45 starting AUC. So starting credits is 1,000 credits. Insurance is 3 months, and then the cargo rating for the Aurora is 3. Mustang Alpha is 4. The max size of the container that they can hold is 2. The Mustang Alpha, since it holds 4, has a better cost per SCU. It's just an arbitrary number. It's just basic math. Just to tell you, that this one has a better. It's cheaper. And neither one of them have tractor beams. The Aurora has a bed. The Mustang Alpha doesn't. No internal storage lockers. Basic weapon information. Both of these they come with two size 1 repeaters. They also have hard points where you can add 2 more. So just keep that in mind. Now the Aurora does have 2 missiles, but the Mustang Alpha doesn't. Mission types. The Aurora can do cargo missions. It can do box delivery missions. If they bring those back, I've kind of think that I've heard a little bit of chatter that they might be bringing that back. Both can do basic bounty combat. Ship-to-ship combat is what I'm talking about, and they're bounties. And so basically you're going in at shooting down the bad guy, you know what I mean? Somebody just but you're going to stay in the basic category because these are basic ships. Bunkers is where you go and you clear a bunker out, and you bring a carry-all box with you you get piles and piles of loot. So either one of them have mining potentials. Nothing. Only thing that they would be able to do, you could have a multi-tool. Your multi-tool can have a mining attachment. You can do it that way, but it's not something specific to the ship, like carrying an ROC or a Geo with you. Just to keep that in mind. So as far as like just rating these out, I think the Alpha, as far as combat, is a proper fighter. The Alpha can carry more cargo. It's 1 more SU than the Aurora. But as far as multi-role, I think the Aurora kind of wins. It's the fact that it has the ship has an internal, you can stand up, and it has a bed. So it has a little bit more flexibility in that regard than the Alpha. It's close. I mean, if you want to do a little bit of everything, the Aurora is probably your best bet for like if they bring back box missions. I'm gonna say the Aurora is gonna be the one you want. Just due to the fact of how high off the ground it is, as compared to the Mustang Alpha. When you put that box in that little drop down dealie, it's gonna be on the ground, and that's no bueno. So at least from my past experience in the 3.24, 1, 2, and 3. So, and maybe in 4.0, if they bring it back, maybe they will have fixed the issues that plagued that box. And if that's the case, then that changes everything. So, that's your basic tier 1 packages. So if you only have less $45 to spend, this is where you're going to start off at, which is fine. So, either one of them, they're very competitive. The Mustang Alpha just looks like a more polished type ship than the Aurora, but the Aurora still has a lot of versatility as well. Moving on to the tier 2s, this is where I would say probably most people are going to fall out in the game. They're going to start with one of these ships here, just based upon the price point. Starting off, the C8X, the Pisces, it's listed as an expedition ship, but what exactly is that? There's no game loop for that right now. There's no money to be made in expedition. It just doesn't exist. So the whole point of this ship is just kind of, I don't understand it. It's $60 with 1,000, 1K of starting credits and 6 months of insurance. So it can hold 4 SU of cargo on grid, meaning that it can lock down at least 4 SCU. If you get really creative, you can get more in there. I've got up to 8 in there, but it's pretty dicey to get it in there and then get it out, and because there's only one way to get into the ship. So basically, what you're doing, you're blocking your egress, your entry, into the ship, and your exit. So just keep that in mind. So just basic, what it's rated at is 4 SCU. It doesn't have a tractor beam. It doesn't have a bed. It doesn't have internal storage. It does have 4 size 1 hard points. No turret. Burst damage is 720. And it does have 2 missiles. The cutter is a starter light freight at $60, and this is a pretty solid choice. It does have a similar cargo, capability as the Pisces. The Pisces can also carry tier 2, size 2, I believe. I think you can get those in there. It doesn't have a tractor beam. It does have a bed, and it does have internal storage, which means you don't need to carry all necessarily if you're running box missions, etc., to store all the loot that you might be finding. So you can use the internal storage of the ship to drop off your gear, which is pretty cool. It has 2 size 2 repeaters and 2 size 1 missiles. And then the cool thing is that you can carry the Geo, the Atlas Geo, and do mining. So this ship can make you money by mining, but you'd have to purchase the Geo too. So this has become a viable option now. It's not. You can't, unless they fix it, you cannot do box missions in this particular ship, because it's so low to the ground. It will literally eat the boxes, and you'll lose the boxes in flight. So this is no bueno for box missions unless they've fixed it. And there's no way to know because it's not in the game right now. Maybe they'll be bringing it back in the future. The 100i by Origin is a starter touring. Another $60 ship with only 2 SCU of cargo. It says the max is 2, but it's very difficult to load. It doesn't have a tractor beam. It does have a bed, but it doesn't have any internal storage. With 2 size 3 repeaters. It does have fairly significant damage. It does have 2 missiles. There's no capability for mining aside from the you carrying around in your multi-tool. Yeah. Now the Avenger Titan is $75. As you can see, it can carry 8 SCU cargo in a proper cargo. It has a proper cargo, rack, and it can carry up to 4 SCU containers, which is a big deal. It takes you into a whole nother mining ability. I mean, cargo missioning ability, and it gets you into some of those junior cargo missions, because some of them are 4 SCUs. The tractor beam, it doesn't have a tractor beam, but it does have a bed. It doesn't have any internal storage, but it's got significant firepower. So it's got 1 size 4 Gatling gun sitting on the nose, and then 2 size 2 repeaters on the wings. And its stock gimbal DPS burst is 2006, which is a chunk of firepower for a starter ship. It has 4 missiles, and okay, let me premise this. You can put the Geo in there. It's not going to get in there by itself. You have to use a tractor beam to get in there. You can put it in there one particular place, and it'll fit. And but when you go to get it out, it's gonna morph through the ship. So morphing a Geo, morphing an Atlas through the ship is usually no bueno, because it's going to cause your Geo to glitch, possibly. And if it does that, there's a chance you can die. So it will fit. Just keep that in mind. It's not, It's not the legit. You walked it on under its own power like you do in the Cutlass and the other ships. So this is arguably the best ship of all the starter packages. It does everything very, very well. Box missions is a joy. You've got 2 entry points into the ship. You can go through the canopy, or you can go through the cargo area. It's a fantastic ship. The Golem is a dedicated mining ship. It's $75. It does it right now. It's since it's still new, you can get 20K in-game credits, and lifetime is actually, this has just been updated. It just got updated. It's actually 6 months now. It was lifetime insurance yesterday, and today it just got updated. So I'm going to change that, and there you go. It has 32 SCU storage of ore in its bags. No tractor beam, no bed. Basically, it's like you're sitting in a fighter. You know, you can't stand up. You're sitting in a seat. The ship is a chair. I mean, that's really all it is. Now, it does have internal storage. It does have internal storage locker, but it's actually on the outside. It's on the side of the nose of the ship. So there is a little bit of storage involved. There's weapons storage and stuff like that. It has 2 size 1 repeaters and 2 little size 1 missiles. But this thing is just meant to mine, y'all. Its weapons are more of a pew pew and run. So, you know, that's about the extent of what those weapons are good for. Next on the list is the Intrepid, coming in at $80, and this is a very interesting ship. It's a very clean and elegant ship by Crusader, and all the Crusader stuff is nice. It can carry 8 SCU of cargo, the max size being size 2s, and it's neat because it has little drop down cargo racks on each wing. Now you can overstuff this thing to easily to 11, and some of the rookie missions are 11 SCU cargo. So you theoretically you can get a cargo mission done in one run. I wish the cargo deck was, area was more attuned to like the Mercury, but a smaller version of the Mercury. But that's not what they came up with. But still, all in all, the ship is really good at hauling cargo, and it's probably going to be okay for box missions. It is sitting up a little bit higher off the ground. Unfortunately, you're not going to be doing any type of mining aside from using a multi-tool. Stock DPS, you're not really going to be doing any fighting in this ship. Now, it does have a size 4 repeater, but that's all it has. Well, it has 2 missiles. Not a whole lot of firepower. 695 burst gimbal damage. You don't want to be really looking for a fight in this ship. You want to be kind of getting away, which leads me to this. The ship is polished and refined. It sounds amazing. It looks amazing. It's just a great all-around ship, and it's a ship that I really enjoy to fly. If I need to get somewhere quickly in Stanton, I'll take that ship because it's just fun to fly. It really is. Joy to fly is a better description. The last ship in the tier 2 group is the Syulen, which is of an alien design. Basically, they copied an alien. Humans copied an alien design, and it's a phenomenal looking ship. It's amazing, but its flight characteristics, and it's huge. It's enormous. It's like 3 stories tall. It takes off like a like an old school rocket that you see, that we use it, and then it has to land that way, which is tough it can be tough for a new player to master. So, it has all the insurance. It has a bed. It has an internal storage locker, 3 size 3 repeaters, and 3 size 2 missiles, and it holds up to 12 missiles. It's got some firepower. But I just don't think it's really a great choice for a new person, because it is kind of difficult to land and take off. It's not impossible, it's just difficult. And but when and also in a dogfight, man, the thing is huge. You're an enormous target compared to, let's say, a cutter or something like that. You're just going to be really easy to hit. So that's why I don't really recommend it. Now, it holds 6 SCU cargo on these exterior cargo racks. The thing is like a flower, and it's of alien design, and so it can only hold size 1 or the single SCU containers. So it's kind of limited in that regards. If box missions were a thing, I think you would be okay. I think you could do box missions fairly well in a ship, but boy, it's just huge though, guys. So that's why I of this group, this kind of mission ratings and versatility ratings, I gave the Pisces a 2.5, based upon this stuff that's in this list here. And the Avenger Titan is a clear choice, in my opinion. It's the best combat ship of the bunch, the best cargo handling, carrying of the bunch, and it's the best multi-role of this group. So if my recommendation is going to be this Avenger Titan, with the Intrepid being a close second. So there you go. And this tier 3 ships are the Arrow through the Freelancer. So the Arrow is a ship similar to what the Golem is. It's a dedicated light fighter, and it's very good, but it's very light. It can't take a whole lot of punishment, but it can sure enough dish it out. So if you 100% you want to be a dogfighter, this would be the ship for you to get right here. At $90, it's kind of steep, but boy, is it good. With 2 size 3 repeaters, and then turrets with 2 size 3 repeaters. And the missiles it has, man, I think it dish out some pain. So if you know for a fact that's what you want to do, is you want to do fighting, this would be a great ship to pick. The Nomad, coming in at $95, is a great all-rounder. Only overshadowed by the Cutlass Black and its ability, mainly due to the size and cargo capacity that it has. But the Nomad is like a pickup truck, and it has this cargo rack exposed on the back. It can hold up to 24 SCU cargo very easily. It has a bed. It has a tractor beam that's controlled by the pilot, which is really cool. What else does it do? It does have missiles. So like I said, there's a pretty significant amount of firepower. That thing has over 1,392 DPS, burst DPS. So it's a great choice. If you're not willing to get up into the 125 category, which was where the Cutlass Black starts at. It could carry 46 SCU cargo. It does have a tractor beam, which can be utilized in the back by the pilot. Okay, here's the tier 3 ships. Which includes the Arrow, the Nomad, the Cutlass Black, and the Freelancer. These ships are highly specialized. Where the Nomad and the Cutlass Black are specialized multi-role ships, and they're very good at it. The Arrow is a dedicated light fighter, and the Freelancer is more or less a dedicated transport ship, but it does have some other multi-role capabilities. The Arrow is a light combat fighter at $90. It packs a punch with 2 size 3 hard pointed weapons and then 2 size 3 gimbaled weapons on the top, and this top turret, which has Gatling guns, and I think that's what the thing can dish out a pile of damage. It dishes out 1,270 hit points of damage. That's just stock, and that's amazing. So, in the hands of a capable pilot, that little thing is devastating because it's just a tiny little thing and it's hard to hit. So if you know for 100% that's what you want to do is dogfight and really nothing more, then that would be the ship for you to get. As long as you're being honest with yourself. And the Nomad is a multi-role ship that can do a little bit of everything. It's kind of like a pickup truck. It has this cargo carrying rack exposed in the back. It's a light freight coming in at 24 SCU cargo, but it can carry up to 16 SCU cargo size, which is pretty cool. It does have a tractor beam that's controlled by the pilot. It has a bed. It doesn't have any internal storage. I think if it did, it would be up a little bit more expensive. And so it can do, I don't know what this means. It can carry a Geo or an ROC. So it's a very capable mining ship that you could take out and go mining. The Cutlass Black is like the Swiss Army knife of Star Citizen. It can do just about anything. It's not the best at anything per se, but it's an amazing multi-role ship, and it's the ship that I picked after doing a lot of reading and studying on these ships and these packages. Yeah, it was a little more, but I've done it all in this thing. It's not the best it's not really the best at anything, but it's good at a lot of stuff, and that's what I needed. I needed versatility and flexibility to be able to try new things and experience, and make some credits, and I made a pretty good bit. So I gave a versatility rating of 5, which is, I give the Nomad the same rating because it can do just about everything in the game, by using the ROC or using the new Geo, Atlas Geo. The Freelancer, if you know with 100% certainty that you want to run cargo, and that's going to be your jam, then this is the ship to get, because it's an amazing ship, and they've done some actual quality of life passes on it and fixed a few things. I didn't get sucked into the bed just trying to go to the flight station by accident. So they have done some good things to it, and it's a great looking ship, and it can do just about anything, except I wouldn't take it bounty PvP unless you've got some friends on board with you. So let's see, the best combat of the bunch is going to hands down be the Arrow. The best cargo of the bunch is the Freelancer, and then the best multi-role, in my humble opinion, is the Cutlass Black. So there you go. That's the ship packages from $90 to $274. Moving on to Tier 4. Tier 4 has the Constellation Andromeda package and this Carrack package, which is like the Ultimate Explorer pack or something like that. The Constellation Andromeda package is coming in at $275. So this ship has a snub fighter in the rear of the ship, but it also comes with some type of runabout. So you're getting like three items for this price right here. The starting AUC is $10K. It's got 6 months of insurance. This is amazing, right, by the way. But it only holds 96 SCU cargo, which isn't a lot. So they to get all that other stuff to fit, they had to shorten the cargo deck. And so, in my opinion, it's just not worth it. There's a better ship out there if you got to have a Constellation. and you know you want to run cargo or whatever, then the Taurus is going to be your best bet. And I own the Taurus, and it's great. So at 275, you could get the Taurus for 200, and you could say go buy the Taurus, the Titan Avenger for 75, and you've got one of the best starter ships in the game, and you would have one of the best cargo hauling ships in the game. And that's my opinion. The Taurus is amazing, and I love flying it, and I love running cargo missions in it because it's so versatile, and it packs a wallop. It's got quite a bit of damage ability. It can dish out. The Carrack package the Carrack package has the Pisces in it. It has the Cyclone. It has the Terrapin 400i and the X1 X4 Exploration. It's coming in at 1150 with 40k starter SU, which is awesome. But I just can't recommend it, guys. I really can't. If you got, like I said, if you got to have the Constellation and don't get the Andromeda, get the Taurus. The chances that you're going to use that snub fighter is very slim to none. There you go. There's all the recommendations. If we wanted to do my best overall, I think the best combat ship of the bunch is the Arrow, with the Titan Avenger a close second. I think this thing is a great ship. I think this one has the edge on it. Just due to the size that it's a dedicated fighter. Best cargo ship of the bunch is going to be the Freelancer, just due to the simple fact that it can carry over 66 SCU of cargo. That's what it's meant to do. The best multi-role, I'm going to pick the Cutlass Black. It's a jack of all trades, master of none of them, and with the Mustang, the Titan Avenger being a close second in multi-role. But if I had to pick one ship to recommend to a new person starting a game, it's going to be the Avenger Titan. That's my pick. I just think with its price point and its abilities, I just think it's a no-brainer. But if you have deeper pockets, then go get into the tier 3 ship, and you will not be disappointed. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys.